Ooh, we are live. Hello, everyone. I got somebody special on live with us today, and we're just going to wing it today. How about that? How are you doing today?
I am great. How are you?
Fabulous, fabulous. So I'm so excited because this has been a long time coming for us to put this together. I feel like I've been practicing major business patience just to be able to announce our partnership and how we're doing in travel. But before we start, I want you to go ahead and go to your Facebook Live and I'll broadcast it now because if we have anybody commenting live, we would love to hear from you guys literally right now. So we're going to take about 30 seconds. So if you're on my YouTube, I would love for you to hashtag replay if you're watching this later and say, hey, be like, hey, girl, hey. I'm going to make sure I share this live in our groups. If anybody's available, they can hop on and speak to us. So make sure that you're able to do that, Brunie. Oh, here we go. Okay, I'm going to share it. Yay. So excited. See who can hop on with us. Who's retired? Who doesn't have to work in the middle of the day and just be able to get on our lives, right? I see some of you guys watching. Hey, Luciana. Hey, look. See, we already got somebody. I am so excited to have Brunie on. So if you would just introduce yourself to everybody on my Facebook, and then I'll introduce myself to everybody. Go ahead.
I am Brunie. Brunie Marie. If you see me on Facebook, it's Brunie Marie. It's B Marie actually, but it's Brunie Marie. Um, I reside in Tampa, Florida, and that's it. Want to know a little bit about travel? I'm
Yeah,
already jumping into some of
yeah,
my background.
yeah. Background and all.
So I've been in the real estate industry for 18 years. I can't believe it's been that long, but everyone tends to ask me like, how long have you been doing this real estate thing? And I'm like 18 years. And I started off really young. And later on, I'll share the power of belief, but I had one professor believe in me at a very young age. And actually, that's why I started in real estate. So fast forward to many years later, I just celebrated my third travel birthday. So I've been 3 years in the travel industry and I absolutely love it. And yeah, I have one son, my JP. He is going to be 13 and he's become my sidekick in travel and he loves a staycation just as much as I do and can tell you all about cruising as well.
Yes, I love this. So let's just jump in and talk about this new venture that you just got started. I know you've been in the travel industry for 3 years, but you just switched host agency and just really your brand is your brand. You're still in the travel industry, but we want to share with everybody what we've been up to because who you partner up with does really matter. The company, the leadership, the partnership with the person that is your travel mentor, and just being surrounded by other agents in our agent community is so important. So if you would share with us how all of this kind of came about.
Okay, so it's interesting, right? Hola and I met in December of 2024 at a private event, and we hit it off immediately. Like immediately, she's like, "Girl, come to dinner with us." Like we met just that same day, right? So we were both already in the travel space, and since then, she's been mentoring me in travel. But I was not part of her team, so I was blessed to have met her because she really helped me push. My biggest market is the Latino community and helping my people, start off in the travel industry. So she really helped me with that. And my girl Hoa also would like pour into me. There were times where we would talk on the phone till like midnight, right? And she's like, this is what you should do, and giving me ideas. And y'all, let's be for real. Don't you want to learn from people that make money? Because she makes money in this industry. And like, how can I not take any information from her, right? So I wasn't part of her team, but she still poured into me for $0. Okay. Like she had no financial gain from this, but she really just genuinely wants to see other people win. So fast forward to October of last year. Um, I took a leap of faith and I was like, we're gonna, I started this new project, new host agency. I was like, I'm doing it. I'm going. I don't even think she told me all the information. And I was like, oh, I'm signing up. Just send me the link. Like, let's do this. Let's go. Because I know that she makes money in travel. So why not? And now I get direct access to her. And she does, just a couple nights ago, actually, she was on the phone with me for 2 hours mentoring me and coaching me and like, okay, Brunie, you got it. We're going to do this, going to do that. What's your calendar look like for this? And that's what we need in any industry that we are in. We should have some sort of mentor. I'm an advocate for mentorship, and for learning and growth and all of that. It's super important. So here we are.
So I love that because Bruna and I are so much alike, by the way. She's like a young version of me. We like to, in our industry talk about the colors, the personalities and things like that. We like to identify, when we're working with clients and you are in business in general, you need to understand the colors of people, and it correlates to a person's personality, how they think, how they move, and it really does help us to better create relationships and have business relationships with people. You're either selling something or you're buying something. Either way, Bruni and I have discovered that we're both Reds. We love making money and we like to act fast. But what's so um, amazing about our partnership is we love to have fun. When we went out to dinner, because at the event, it was like a business event, and Bruni was very like business-like, we went to dinner, we walked out to that restaurant, we're like, hey! And that just came out, and I was like, okay, all right, I see the similarities, and we just connected since. So I love that, that we have that in common. But we like to also point out that people who are red and the blue personality have love having fun, love making money. The travel industry is really for us. Tell me, why do you think it just works so well for you? Being someone that has been in the real estate game and industry for so long, why did you decide just to add travel, and why this is such a big, really project for you to really focus on now and still do real estate on the side?
Great question, because I always traveled even before being in the travel industry. So I'm a little sporadic, right? There are times where I'm like a little spontaneous. I'm like, you know what? I would put my kid in the car and we're like, okay, we're driving to the beach this weekend. We're going to drive south and we're just going to stay at a hotel. So I did not know that I was leaving money on the table. That's what I didn't know. So everything, all these trips that I booked and all of that, I had no idea I was leaving money on the table. So I was upset that I didn't know all this time, because I'm a return on investment girly. I need to see the return on investment. So I felt like I was left in the dark for so many years. So when I first started, I initially was like, "Ooh, I could book my own travel and make money. Okay, great." I did not actually see the bigger vision that God had in store for me, right? Like I didn't see it. I was like, okay, is this real? Let me just make sure I get a return on investment on my first trip. I did. And then I just kept on booking. And then from there, I said, okay, I'm going to have a booking goal. So I gave myself a goal every month. I'm going to sell X amount of travel every single month. And that's how I really started, gaining clients and talking to people like, listen, I'm doing this. And they're like, it's funny because some people would say, I thought travel agents were a thing of the past. Absolutely not. Here I am. They try to say the same thing about real estate, but here I am, So, um, so I just kept on doing it. And I was just like, it took me 8 months, y'all, to really see the vision that I could really help people do this. So for the first 8 months, I was just booking my own travel, also, getting clients, all of that, and booking for other people. But then I didn't see the whole other side of travel, that you could help other people do the same thing. So I went to a major event in Orlando that same year, And that's when I got the vision. I was like, I don't see my people. Where are my people at? Like, where are my Latinos at? Latinos travel for luxury, for necessity, because they have to go back to their home country, whatever the case may be. You know, I'm like, and we are a huge population here. Where are my people? So then I started realizing that my people need this too. So I started talking to my people. And from there, the vision has been much bigger than me, much bigger than my son going on a staycation. You know, one of my purposes is, yes, I want my son to see the world, but the other is I would like for my Latino community and their families to see the world. We come to this country, you know, thinking we have to enslave ourselves and that we have to just keep on working hard, you know, keep on working hard and keep doing that. And then to like, we're like done, right? Or retired, which I don't think I've ever seen anyone in my community retire for real. So there's that. And I was like, I have to help my people out too. So the vision is really my community. That's big, like huge for me. And I'm an advocate for my people. So that's why we're here now.
I love it. And speaking of helping people in your community, we have one of your agents that's on. Hi, Alicia. She said, hey. And she's out of New York, so we definitely want to go head your way, girl. So we heading your way. We just haven't picked out the dates yet, but Brunie and I in talks of doing travel workshops. And I was just really excited because, you know, we're travel agent focused over here and we push education, education, education. But we don't just say education, we're educated ourselves and educating ourselves in the process as well as helping our team members. How has that been like helping your Hispanic community? Because some of them are fluent, you know, bilingual, but you said you had a few that are just more Spanish speaking and not really speak English fluently, but the book and travel and earning commissions in the US with our platform. Please share.
So yes. So it's interesting. One of the first questions that every my people ask me, like everyone tends to ask me that when they don't speak English, do I have to know English to do this? And I'm like, no. We have trainings in Spanish. I have a whole platform and YouTube channel that has videos on trainings all in Spanish. And you can literally now, most websites, you can translate to Spanish. So yes, I do have a couple people that speak zero English and they're booking travel. Actually, just last night, one of my newest girls, she's planning for a client of hers a whole Disney trip. And she's super excited because when she called Disney up, they had someone in Spanish too. So she was super excited about that. And I was like, yeah. And she was like, and I can't believe they're open till 11 p.m. I'm like, I know. So, you know, so my people are booking and they don't know the language. And that they felt that that was going to be an obstacle for them, that was going to be a hurdle that they would have to overcome. And no, actually, I have agents that don't speak any English and sell the most travel. Yes. So it's a question I always get, and I tend to do my lives from time to time, and I always tell them I made videos. You do not need to know English to do this. So
I wanted to just add about your agents being really inspired by you and getting the mentorship from you. And we talk about mentorship all the time, right? We always need guidance because somebody always know more than us, and they shorten the learning curve, and also us making preventing us and helping us from making as many mistakes, right? Because who want to just stumble all the time? You're going to stumble, you're going to learn along the way. And so it's really important to have that type of guidance and mentorship when you come into the industry of travel, because it's so vast, so broad, there's so much that we can do, and it can get very overwhelming. So you told me that one of your girls, one of the Asians, partnered up with you. And what's funny is I live out of Columbia, South Carolina, okay? But I don't speak any Spanish. Un poquito. But Bruni lives out of Tampa, and one of her agents live out of Columbia and hop on a vehicle out of her own dime to come to get mentorship by you. Can you just tell us how that all transpired and how she's doing?
Absolutely. So my girl actually, she found me online, came across my social media, and she inboxed me. She was like, "Hey, like I'm interested. What are you doing? I'm interested. I want to know more." So I had a quick call with her, and she immediately. I wasn't sure if she was going to be serious because we don't know each other, right? She just came from online, and she was serious. She signed up. A couple days later, she had signed up, and do you know that the very next weekend, she was like, "Hey, next week I think I'm going to come down to Florida." And I said, "Oh, really?" And then she was like, "Yeah, I'm actually going to get a ride. I have a friend that's riding down, and then I'm going to take the bus from one part of Florida to the other part of Florida, just so I could sit down with you and you could teach me some stuff." And I was like, I was blown away. I was like, "Oh my gosh, like she's serious." So that Saturday, she was like, "I'm on my way." On her way. So we met up at one of my favorite restaurants locally, and we were just there plugging away. She was able to, register with supplier. She got her booking, her whole own hotel stay. So she ended up getting her commission from her own hotel stay. And she's actually currently working on a second booking as we speak. She's one of the ones that I met with earlier this week. So she did all of that just so I can help her. I felt so honored, and I was like, wow, like I didn't know I was making that much of an impact. You don't realize you're making that much of an impact. There are times where you just blindly, get on a live and talk, and I am super passionate about travel. I'm passionate about everything that I do. If I'm not passionate about something, I'm not doing it. I am not one of those. I'm not like a salesperson. I can't do like the buy this because I said it's great and it's really not. I'm not that girl. I am not that girl at all. So I really was shocked that she did all of that. And she's like, "Yeah, I've been watching you for months do this, and really like you're really passionate, and you shared you had a platform for our people." And then she showed up. So that's how that happened.
Yeah, that touches me. That's phenomenal. Like people do have a desire for education and getting the information so they can learn the right way. So I want to now shift a little bit from transition from your last project to this project, how you feel, what's the main difference for you that is uh, waking you up waking you up every day so excited and so passionate about what you're doing now?
So to be honest with you, it's my community, that my community has more access, that my community here in the States can go back to their home countries and also share this business, this opportunity, share the product itself, travel, right? And that's the biggest, that was probably one of my biggest focuses and reason to make the transition as well, was for my community. So that's one. And the other is the community we have over here. Game changer. Like there's no community like this one. And I'm not saying because I'm in it, but or because we're in it, it's really the mentorship that we have over here, and there's no judgment here. It's all, we're working together. And my girls that have followed suit as well, that have crossed over to this project from the previous project, have literally seen the difference in a couple of months, and they feel it, and they feel at home, and they feel welcomed, and they feel inspired by the community that we're building and that we already have in place here.
And so I'm inspired by a team, by the way, all the time because like somebody just posted, Tina being one of our agents in our community, but she has an agent that just booked a trip and just retired, hit retirement, and now is booking travel and traveling the world and making money from home, but really from anywhere where there's Wi-Fi, right? And so we understand referral marketing and sharing opportunity because in real estate, that's what you do all the time. And you get paid when people rent. You don't get when people don't rent. And it's just that's how the world works. And we understand that's part of what it is that we do. So when it pertains to travel and things like that, you sharing this opportunity for other people how to make money from home, even if they are Spanish speaking and don't speak English. People that don't have a degree, people don't think that they can actually own a business. So, how have you, in such a short period of time, have already hit the top major rank in our organization where you are operating your business for free? You don't even have an overhead in like 3 months. Can you just share with us how you've been able to do that, and how has that impacted your belief in the opportunity that we have?
So building relationships, people trusting me, and being consistent. So, as we just said, I had a complete stranger come down from South Carolina to meet with me personally, to get, mentorship. It's because I've been consistent online. It's because I've been consistent with the things that I've been doing. And I've been a consistent advocate for my community, that they too deserve better, that they too can do this. And there are times where we ourselves have limited belief, and we think that, oh, we're hard on ourselves, right? We think that we can't do something, or we set our own limitations. So it's literally me trying to just inspire my community, like, you too can do this. Just because you're a mom, just because you work 3 jobs, whatever the case may be, you too can do this. But it's building relationships. That's how I've been able to grow and continue to grow the team, because I'm building relationships and they're solid. you know, Trust is everything, right? And they see, okay, she's been consistent, she's pouring into me as well. So not everything is business either, right? I genuinely reach out to my people and say, just checking in, girl. How you doing, girl? It's not even about business. I'm not even reaching out about a book. I'm not reaching, just how are you doing? That's it. Some people, we need that sometimes. And some of us, although our community, the Latino community, tends to be tight knit with their families, that does not mean that they have their families that they get to go to every day, home to every day, because they're in another country and they're just here, on straight survival mode. So I just give them that hope as well, that they too can do this. And don't think that you need all these elaborate degrees and licenses and all this other stuff to do this. So those are the reasons why.
And how about you operating your business in total profit mode? Like Brunie starts her month out, and so does Tina, already in profit mode. Like literally not even breaking even. Nope, profit mode. The cost of our business versus what you bringing in just from doing what you do, which is helping other people to start their business. Can you just really share that power of that? Because, we've had so much experience doing multiple businesses, right? The cost of business, how quickly can we get a ROI? You said you're a ROI girl. Like, let me see the money. How can I break even? But you're in profit mode like every single month now. Can you just let us know how you did it, and what's the impact it's made for you?
So can I be honest with y'all? I'm going to put you guys in my business for half a second right now. Earlier today, literally a couple hours ago, I got a text from the brokerage that I'm a part of on the real estate side. Do you know, they told me, hey, you're getting this listing. We're going to give you this 2 listings. And I was like, oh, great. Then they started telling me, right? They started telling me what my commission was going to be. And they also told me that I had to pay the photographer. That part of that was going to come out of my commission as well. So I was shocked. So do you know, I'm like, this is crazy. But I said, okay, fine. Unexpected listings, unexpected blessings. So I say all that to say that to run this travel business cost me way less than the photographer I'm about to pay. I can't believe it. Than the photographer I'm about to pay to list these 2 condos that I have for sale. So, and I sometimes will compare the 2 businesses, although it's like apples to oranges, can't compare the 2. But I say this because I'm like, I have this $1 million business in my hands, and it's costing me this much every month now. You guys have no idea. Like, that excites me. I've never not had an overhead. in anything that I've done, in anything. So I didn't even know this was the structure. I just knew, like, when I first joined, with this host agency, I was just like, okay, great. This is the monthly fee. All right. No problem. That's fine. But then I realized that it pays itself. It literally pays itself. I was blown away. I was blown away. So um I was so shocked that's how they, do that. So I'm like, nothing is gonna come out. So first I was like, okay, so nothing's gonna come out of my bank account like the 6th or something, like whatever the date is, the 6th of every month. So nothing's coming out. Like, so I don't have to look and see, or you know how sometimes banks will like, oh, do you approve this charge? Like, I don't have to do that. I was shocked, but it excites me because now I help other people do the same. I literally tell them, you could do this for $0. This is what you have to do. You have to have at least 3 or 4 people, that are also interested in doing this, and boom, you can do this for free. Like, first of all, what business do you know that you don't have any overhead? Legitimate business, y'all. Legitimate, because this is legitimate business over here, okay? What legitimate business do you know that it's $0 by helping? It's literally helping people and educating, because we are here to help and educate people in the travel space. Most of you do not realize that you're leaving money on the table when you make a reservation. That hotel is staying with that money. You're not. That cruise line, they're staying with their money. They're paying whoever they feel like splitting that commission with, and you could be earning that. So really helping, educating people is how I got here. It's helping and educating. That's it. And now I run the business for $0.
She runs the business in profit mode, literally. So I'm excited about that. And how about you, like, helping people not only make money, but how about when your agent save money, or how about when you save money? Because one of the reasons why I got into the industry is because I can make money and save money off of my own travels. And then I realized, well, wait a minute, I can actually serve other people based on my own knowledge and experience, provide a service, and get paid the built-in commissions doing those things that I was already doing for myself. But I came in for those reasons. And now we have a wholesale platform as well. So, outside from everything that Brunie just mentioned, and we have an amazing wholesale platform where we can make instant commission, but also travel at wholesale, because who doesn't want to travel and be able to save when we're traveling all over the world? And how do you feel about having that? Because I don't even know if you really pay attention when I was sharing with you the opportunity. You just like send me the link, but like once you really sit down and look through our platform and seeing, wow, we can actually really save, even if we're traveling around, staycations around the corner from our neighborhood. What is that like for you?
So it's interesting that you mentioned that you didn't. I really didn't even hear wholesale when we first spoke. I had no idea. I'm like, I don't know what she's talking about, but sure. Like, so I sat down and watched the video, and I was like, oh, this. I had already signed up, by the way, y'all. I was already in. I had already signed up. So that was such a game changer for me. I was like, this is what she meant when she said the word wholesale. I'm like, wholesale, we have access wholesale. I'm like, I didn't even know that was a thing in the travel space. Had no idea, y'all. After being in the industry for 2 years, didn't even know there was a wholesale sector for us, right? So watch the video and realize this is amazing. But you know what's funny? Me being me, I decided to log into other platforms because I was like, let's see if this is real. I need to see if this is legit. Me being the person that I am, the research analyst that I am, I decided to go into, outside of any supplier that I've been affiliated with. Okay. I decided to check if there was really a savings. So I'm like, apples to apples compared it, right? So I went into whatever.com. like I went to 3 different platforms that are not like they're third party, but they're not affiliated with anyone in the like in the travel space, right? And I'm like, this is legit. Like, we really have access to wholesale hotels and resorts. Then I was like, I only do the US. I said, you know what? Let me check outside the US. Let me see if we have access outside the US. Because I really, again, me being me, I was like, let me just look. Let me see if this is real tea, y'all. So I checked. I was like, let me check Mexico. Check Mexico. Boom. I was like, oh, this is thousands of dollars of savings. I couldn't believe it. I was shocked. And then I was like, all right, fine. You know what? Let's check somewhere else. I was like, Mexico's too easy. Mexico's just too close to America. I literally was looking like other countries. I was like, countries that are not attached to us at all, in no way, shape, or form. Do you know it's real? It was real. And that's when I learned, I was like, wow, I knew that being in the travel space, it's a $1 trillion industry, right? Like trillions of dollars, right? I knew it's a gem within itself. But then you add wholesale, hotels and resorts, all inclusives. Oh, game changer. I was so hyped. That's really when I started calling all my people up. Y'all, you have no idea what we have access to. I even made a video in Spanish so my people could see it. Listen, this is what it is. Like, we have a hidden gem. You guys have to see this. So yeah, I'm super excited for the wholesale stuff. And I didn't even know, again, education, right? We have to educate ourselves. I didn't even know we had a whole wholesale sector within travel.
Uh, Instant commissions. Because, when you get into the travel industry, if you guys don't already know, how travel agents make money is that there are built-in commissions in the bookings, like that cruise, that hotel stay, that car rental. When you paying taxes and fees and all the fees, that is taxes and commissions that's built in. So when travel agents work with a travel agency and get their industry credentials, we're able to extract that fee, which are commissions that's being paid out to the agents, because the agents, we're boots in the ground people, we're the relationship people, we're the ones servicing our community, therefore we get to earn the commissions. And for us in our industry, and I've been in the industry 6 years, so double the time that you have, right? It's always, I book the trip, clients travel, I don't get paid until 30 to 60 days, until after they have traveled. So I'm making future commissions. So when you get into the industry, you cannot expect commission in your first 3 months realistically. You have to build your book of business. You got to book them. They got to travel. Then you get paid, which for me is great because I'm a nail tech. I have income coming in, but I know I have future income from my bookings. So once I got over here, and I myself also got blown away by wholesale, learning the fact that I can actually earn commissions instantly. We call them instant cash. It just sounds good. Uh, in my first 30 days, Brunie, I made over $2,000, saving my clients money because they compare. They like to do research of the research. So they're looking at my pricing and they're like, well, let me see if you can beat what I have. And because I was saving my clients $200, $500, even $900 for a honeymoon couple, do you know that I made instant commission? That meant that the day that I booked it for my clients while saving money at the same time, I had money coming into my bank account that same night within 24 hours. And I did not have to wait until my clients travel. So some of my clients haven't even traveled yet, but I got that instant commission. Sold. I'm like, okay, thank you, the universe, for helping me to find our host home agency now. And it truly has really changed my life because during the time when I was transitioning, I was going through a financial duress because of what happened to me. Like, I lost thousands of dollars, what I normally would make, which is really significant for someone that has a family, that has a home, that has a car, and that have bills. I mean, everybody in America, we have bills. So I need it. I need it. It wasn't, oh, let me wait for future income. I needed it, or else I was going to call you, Brunie. I was going to call Tina and be like, give me some money. Okay, Lavon, can I just borrow some money so I can pay for my bills? But the fact remains is my first 30 days, I didn't need to call you, none of my friends, none of my family begging for money. So that way I don't lose my house and my car. Instant commission from our EVO Plus wholesale platform literally made me like 1,000% a believer. So when you partnered up with me, I knew that we had that, but I'm not so sure if at that point I already made instant commission until maybe a week after. Um, so I remember texting you almost every time when I made money. Can you just like let me like just share with everybody your thoughts, because I think you were experiencing this kind of at the same time as I was, except I needed the money, but you didn't.
So it's interesting because, yes, we were going through a lot of stuff in real time together, right? And so the instant commission thing, so I saw the video, I was comparing, like, as I said, apples to apples, all of that. But it wasn't up until I had a few girls hit me up talking about girls' trips for this year. And I said, bet, let me do this for real. So, and for some reason, I don't know what it is, but my girls are saying, I'm leaving the kids and my husband or man at home, and we're going on a girls' trip. So I had a couple people reach out to me for girls' trips, and I said, okay, I'm going to quote them out. And I too was able to get $500 from instant commission, right? A girls' trip. And I still saved them $1,100. $1,100 savings on their girls' trips at all inclusive. So as you were telling me and sharing certain things with me, I'm like, oh my gosh, I could do it too. I know I could do it. And then I started getting random, hey, I want to do my girls' trip, or hey, I want to do my birthday trip. And ironically, they're all, listen, I'm an advocate for couples going on trips. I'm an advocate for all of that. Yes, I am. Travel with your boo. But my clientele has been girls reaching out to me, telling me they're leaving everybody at home and they want to go. So no judgment over here, okay, y'all? So I literally was able to make $500, and the trip is actually next month. And I already got paid.
Unheard of. Unheard of. Somebody told me the other day, they're like, is it too good? Has anyone ever asked you if it's too good to be true? Because I was showing the platform, Tina and her travel agent partner, and I'm on the Zoom, I'm showing them, I'm like, has anyone ever asked you or said, no way, this can't be true, right? And I was like, I promise you, yes. And I thought the same myself. And I get nervous, when I was booking it, but oh my gosh, I saved my clients over $600, and I made $500 in commissions, almost $600 actually. And it was a 4-star private island in Okinawa, in Japan, in a whole foreign country. And they loved it so much. They said, oh my gosh, you picked an amazing resort. So it's not your 2-star cockroaches hotel for wholesale, right? It's like really amazing products that we know are good for clients, and being able to not only save your clients money, but for us to make instant commission. What do you think an extra $200 to $500 a month for somebody just who just got into the industry, what would that do for them? Because it's not future income. You literally can make instant cash.
So again, since I'm in real estate, right? The average American is like $500 away from losing it all. Do you know the foreclosure? I've been seeing the foreclosure rates go up, so $500 away from losing everything. And think about it. To some people, I'm sure there's some people listening right now. They're like, wow, that's me. I have no, if I got a flat tire, I can't even afford to, I don't know what I would do. I was just listening to a podcast too. They were saying that the average American, has not even $1,000 stashed somewhere to say, okay, this is for a rainy day. So, it's real. It's real out here. And we've all seen the cost of everything go up, right? And whenever I'm showing condos or on the rental side or even on the sales side, everyone has this statement: everything has gone up except for, our wages. That's like the go-to statement people make, right? And in reality, it's the truth. It is the truth. But do you know how this can really change your life? Like, this could really, extra $500 can really change your life per month, right? And if you do it how I did it, which was I need to have at least this, I used to put in my head, you're going to book this much travel this month. And when I first started, I first started with $100 because I was just like, I need to make sure that if I can make $100, I can make 500, I can make 1,000, but I wanted to start off low to prove to myself that I actually could do it. Right. Let me see if I could do. And this is exactly how I train my girls. Listen, we're going to put a goal. Put the goal in your head. It's $50, $100. What is that goal? Right. And then we take it from there and then we start increasing. But that's literally how I did it. If I can make $100, I can make 500. That's for sure. And then I'm going to keep scaling it. So that could really change someone's life. And I've witnessed it myself. Thanks to the travel industry, actually, March 31st of last year, I actually let go of my second part-time job that I had. I used to work in the construction realm of things. That's my background as well, real estate construction. And I was actually able to let that go because I knew that I was building their legacy. It was a small family business and I needed to start building my own. So I had to let it go. But thanks to travel, I was able to let that go.
I love that. So let's talk about that real estate because you did mention about real estate. So, we can earn $500 within an hour just swiping somebody else's credit card from a laptop selling travel. And people are going to get excited about travel. So, for the people that don't really understand, I don't really understand real estate that well myself because I've asked the questions, but if you can just share with us, if somebody makes 500 to $1,000 in real estate selling homes, is that a consistent thing? And do they get that from every house that they put uh, on the listing? How does that really work? And how long does it really take people? Because I think the illusion sometimes they think, oh, you get into real estate, you sell $1 million home and you make, $30,000 off of that sale. I mean, if you could just break it down, like, is it really that easy to earn $500 to $1,000 in real estate versus what we can do in travel?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. You have broker fees, you have your commission split. What does the broker, what are you going to split with the broker? Because they're going to get their split. And you have desk fees, photographer. I just told you all about a photographer. I got to pay the photographer now too. So that's going to come out of my commission. It's not that easy. Even if you did, for example, a rental. The other day, I literally was working with another real estate agent and she said, oh, I'm going to get $300 from renting this condo. And I said, wow. So I was like, so how many showings have you had? And she was just like, so far 3. And I was like, okay, so nobody has it was a new rental that she put on the market. And I was like, so nobody has, shown any interest? And she's like, no. And I was like, okay. So that's just on the rental side. On the sales side, because I handle both sectors of the industry, the average home right now is on the market for 100 days. So imagine you not getting paid for 100 days. Just simply put, imagine paying for your gas, going to the showings, driving around for clients. Because most times the client is never going to say, oh, I'm going to pick you up, girl. I'm going to pick you up so we can go see these houses. No, you have to meet the clients wherever the houses that you're showing, they're there. So imagine doing that for 100 days. 100 days of spending gas, time, energy, research, all of that. And this is average. I'm not even saying this is like you're going to have a deal in 100 days. This is average. And you're paying all this stuff out. You're paying your desk fees, however your brokerage is. You either pay them monthly or every quarterly, 6 months, whatever it is, you're still paying that. You're still paying the electricity bill to use your computer if you're using it at home, right? So you're paying out a lot of money and time and still haven't gotten paid. So if on average 100 to 150 days, they're saying now is just the first time in 30 years right now that we've seen as much inventory as we have, and it's not moving. So, which is why I've seen real estate agents, I've spoken to real estate agents myself telling me that they're door dashing on the side, that they're Ubering on the side, because their business has just plummeted completely. So no, it's not as easy as people make it seem. It's not as easy as, oh, I'm going to go buy a house. Now I'm going to be a landlord, especially down here where everything is super complicated, but it's not that easy. And imagine doing this for over 100 days and not getting paid. That's all I want you guys to think about when thinking about real estate. Imagine doing this for 100 days and not getting no money coming in.
And did you say that during the process, if you have to show homes and things like that, does that come out of the agent's pockets? Like, when they do, showings on Sundays, or when they get the cookies and the drinks and the coffee and the napkins and all that, does that come out of the realtors? Who pays for that?
Yes, that comes out of our pockets, y'all. That comes out of our pockets. Okay. You can expense it as a business expense or write off or whatever it is. I'm not a tax person, but it's your credit card that you're swiping. When you go to that store and you're buying those cookies and you're buying the little champagne or whatever, and let me tell y'all, that's another thing. It really depends on your listing because people on TV, they do this like elaborate like spreads and all that. No, your average showing is not like that, but it is absolutely the real estate agent's money that's being put on the line. And here's the other thing. Could you imagine if you do this for 3 months, right? You do this for 90 days because most contracts are for like 90 days and you don't sell, that owner could say, hey, you know what? I don't want you as my real estate agent anymore. I'm going to go somewhere else. So now all that time, money you spent, it's lost and you still get no commission. Like imagine that. So those are things and obstacles we have to face in this industry. So some people say, oh yeah, you get like one listing could be thousands of dollars. Yeah, in 2024, I probably had on the sales side not that many listings. So imagine living off of that for, the entire year. Yes, no, it's not that easy. The way it's glamorized, I think it's really glamorized on TV. It's really not that, y'all.
I mean, and you're right. It's glamorized in my eyes because I don't know any better. So I really literally assume that, you get into real estate and all you do is you look cute and you show a house and they say, sign the contract and I get $10,000 because I was going to get into real estate before I got into travel. So thankful that I didn't. Not that I wouldn't be a good real estate agent. I believe that I would, right? But I didn't want to I didn't want to have to work Saturdays and Sundays. And when I realized at that time that if you are going to be a serious real estate agent, that is when people are available late at night, after work, Saturday and Sunday. I was like, oh my God, I've been working at the nail salon and working weekends for 20 years. I was like, I do not want to get into another industry and have to do that. And that is the major reason why I was this close. And a few weeks later, I discovered travel. And sometimes I'm like, did I just get paid like $2,000 booking or $4,000 booking that river cruise for 3-4 cabins? Like crazy. I just can't believe it. Like, on weekend, just sitting at my laptop for an hour and be able to do something. So I get really excited when I have a serious person that says, hey, I want to get to travel, not just for myself, but I really want to make money. Like I really want to be able to stay home with my kids and have flexibility. And for those that are legitimately serious about it, I know that I can show them because I've done it. I don't even work weekends anymore. Like I sit at home on my laptop and do research from time to time, but I'm hanging out with my kids, hanging out with my friends, and I'm able to, when I need to stop my work laptop, I just close it. I'm like, oh, I'll just revisit it later. Like there's no stress. And so, what would you say? So that has really made a difference for me. What would you say to your real estate people out there that is looking for something else on the side of when they're waiting for, right, their checks to hit or the sale to be made? What would you say to them as far as like getting into that travel industry, because there's so much similarities to what we do? What would you encourage them to get into our industry as well?
It's much cheaper to start over here than to become a real estate agent. So real estate agents tend to be very like, again, like ROI focused, right? Like, oh, I need to see, what this is about. I need to see the return on investment. And they're already paying all these fees even before they sell anything, really. So there's that. So I can encourage them that I can show them something for less than $100, right? And I know their desk fees are more than that these days. And I can show them how they could operate in profit mode, right? Because I'm already doing it. So my biggest encouragement is to them is keep an open mind. Because I just met an agent last week and he told me he could never do the rental market the way that I do it. That is not his thing because he could only sell homes. That's him limiting himself, his self-belief, and his market. So I encourage my fellow real estate agents, because this is my third state being licensed, to keep an open mind. And that if you could do that, you could definitely do this over here. And there's so many similarities, especially with like commissions and splits and all of that. So why not keep an open mind and make some instant money while you're doing those showings? I actually have a lot of people in insurance that come over to me. And what they do is their idea is they already have the traffic and the clients. It's the same thing in real estate. We already have the referrals. We already have the clients. We're already talking to people every day. It's just plugging them in and saying, hey, I also have this if you're interested. You may not be interested in this house, but I can show you how to earn and save on travel. That's what I do.
I love it. Anything you want to share before we hop off? We always want to be no more than an hour because after a while you guys might be falling asleep to our voices. But anything that really you think is powerful about what we have, our opportunity that you think somebody may be watching and probably watching us for a while, you, me, and what we're doing, and they're curious. They're like, what are they doing? I'm just not so sure. Is it just scamming? I don't know. Da, 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 da. What would you say to those people that are watching us to really not just think about it, but jump in and look at this opportunity as something that can really benefit them and impact them positively?
So you said it. Jump in. Just do it. That's it. That's all. Like, we take risk by getting in our car every day, right? So why not do something that could literally change your life? Or if you don't think it's going to change your life, to that extreme, a couple $100 a month extra, we could all use that minimum. We could at least do that, but keep an open mind, y'all. That my biggest thing to everyone now, not only to my fellow real estate agents, is to keep an open mind and just do it. Scared money don't make money, right? Whoever says that, whatever rapper says that, scared money don't make money. So just do it. And we have certain guarantees too, right? Like in 10 days, you can get your money back and all that. So why not at least come take a look at what we have over here? That's it. Just do it.
$50 before we end this live. $50. Well, your eyes light up every time. Every time I say $50, Brunie just be like, "Wow, it's $50." What is the significance of $50 for you? And we're going to end the live.
That $50 is a game changer. That $50 can change your life. if you allow it to. And we spend a lot more than $50 because food is very expensive these days. We go out to eat, it's more than $50. So imagine $50 giving you a return on investment. You're going to get that and so much more, and a community, because we have a community over here. So that $50 can literally change your life, not only on the financial side, but also on the mentorship, learning, growing, and community and support. That's what $50 can do.
So what we're saying is we have a $50 opportunity that can yield you hundreds, if not thousands, if not millions, if that's what you want. And then you get the community, the education, the mentorship, the access for free, really. That's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you, Brunie, for your time. Any kind of topic you guys want to ask us more in depth, get in touch with us. Our doors are open for a conversation. We believe in education, not selling you something that you don't need. And through education is really how we've been able to grow as a team. And so we look forward to working with you guys. And then thank you for all the friends or other agents that's been chiming in. Lavon, thank you. You're awesome. And Tina, Leisha, and who else? Luciana. Thank you so much, guys. Have an amazing day and see you guys on our next live. Bye.